What does Medicare cover? So we will go ahead switch gear to talk about what's original Medicare Part A and B. So there's our two parts. Part A is the hospital insurance, which helps to pay for hospital and inpatient care. Part B is the medical insurance, which helps to pay for doctor and outpatient care. So Part A hospital insurance covers services provided during an inpatient hospital stay. Most covered services are listed here. This includes your room, your meal, and your nursing and other services. One important thing, you may notice something missing the list of doctor services. This is because doctor services are covered by Part B, even when you are in the hospital. Another thing to point out is that if you want TV or phone in your room, you may have to pay for those. Part A doesn't cover this item. It also doesn't cover custodian care, which is care that helps you with daily life activities, such as eating and bathing. So here are some additional important facts about Part A. Part A has premium, but few people pay for it. Remember the FICA payroll tax? If you and your spouse pay for 10 or more years, you get Part A premium free. You can deny Part A coverage, regardless of your health or financial status, and you are covered at any hospital in the country that accepts Medicare. Finally, you need to know a few terms to understand Medicare Part A benefits. Part A coverage and costs are based on benefits periods. Benefits periods begins the day you are admitted to the hospital and ends after you have been out 60 days in a row. Observation status is another important term. Part A cover hospital stay when you are admitted as a patient by doctors, not if you are there for observation, even you stay overnight. Part B will pay for some of this cost. Lifetime reserve days. Those are extra coverage hospital days that you can draw from you if you are staying at the hospital longer than 90 days. The maximum length of stay covered in the benefits period. You get 60 lifetime reserve days. Each can only be used once, but gift day can be applied to different benefits period. We will come back to this term in a bit and talk about the cost. So now let's look at Part B medical insurance. The main covered services are listed here, so which include doctor visits, the test or exam your doctor might order, and other outpatient services. Also, we just discussed, Part B covers doctor services when you are in the hospital as well. There are a couple things to point out. First, an annual Medicare's wellness visit is an opportunity to meet with your doctor to discuss your health status and goals, things that our regular visits may not provide time for. Is covered 100% with no copay as long as you stick to its purpose. If the discussion veers into current health problems like cough, for example, or if you receive additional services that are not part of the visits, like lab tests, procedures, or certain other services, then there may be cost. It's good to know this ahead of time to prevent any surprises. The second thing to point out is that medical equipment is covered as well, DME. To be covered, the equipment needs to be medical necessary and to prescribed by doctor. It also needs to come from a supplier approval by Medicare. So in most cases, you can't just buy a walker and somewhere and have Medicare pay for it. Talk to your doctor first. Here are some aspects about Medicare Part B. Part B has monthly premium. If you are receiving Social Security or Railroad Retirement Board benefits, the amount will be deducted from the check each month. Again, we will talk more about the cost in just a minute. Just as with Part A, you can't be denied by Part B coverage regardless of your health and financial situation, and you may see any provider in the country that accepts Medicare. Finally, Part B charges a premium penalty for late enrollment unless you qualify for a special enrollment period. We will cover enrollment period later in the presentation. But some people, including those work past 65, may delay Part B enrollments without penalty. And to many people's surprise, Medicare doesn't cover everything. Original Medicare Part A and B does not cover all of the costs of your care. You have out-of-pocket costs, which no limit, which is not financially stable and could cause a lot of stress for many people. It doesn't cover prescription drugs, does not cover routine dental, vision, and hearing care, doesn't cover eyeglasses, contacts, or hearing aids, does not cover long-term or custodian care, so help bathing, eating, dressing. Doesn't cover excessive charge for service by doctor who don't accept Medicare assignment. It doesn't cover care received outside the US except for certain special circumstances.